What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have VanDerDorf squared as our green Mongol player spawning on the west side of Dry Arabia. On the eastern side, we have our purple Ayyubids, bakmogoon. Not too shabby of an opener. And by that I mean extremely standard. I'm assuming we'll be seeing a very standard game out of both of these players. VanDerDorf isn't really known for his out-of-the-box creative playstyles. He does have sometimes he does do like awkward timings that catch his opponent off guard, but other than that, he's a pretty standard player, pretty cookie cutter. His mechanics are solid. His micro's pretty damn good on occasions. I think it just depends like from day to day, not gonna lie, because there's sometimes I watch him and I'm just like, holy crap, this guy's amazing, and then other times I watch him, I'm like, okay, where did that like flawless playstyle go? So I'm pretty sure there's some variation here and there, but anyways, is he gonna drop a barracks or yep? Okay, he is going to be dropping a barrack. Something that I have been seeing recently is early pastures instead of early barracks. Try to get that eco going a little bit faster. Transitions a little earlier, things like that, instead of just going for the early aggression, since it is pretty telegraphed. Like, as soon as you go against a Mongol player, you're just gonna assume that they're gonna be doing a cannon rush, excuse me, a tower rush. This isn't StarCraft 2. There's no proxy pylons. There aren't any cannons, but yeah. So, of course, we'll see what our Ayyubids player is gonna be doing. What kind of defense is he gonna go into? 99.99% of the time, it'll be the military wing into reinforcements. From there, they'll go into culture wing advancements, get that 40% age up, or that 40% faster age up, and the 500 resource reduction. Go into the fast castle, and then attempt to just spam. He's already transitioning all his villagers over to berries, or from berries to sheep, and 3 villagers are going to be going over to gold. So yeah, and oh wow, okay, this is different. So he's going to be going economic wing growth, 3 villagers with the orchards giving an additional 50 food. Okay, yeah, this is different. Don't really see this too often. Upon completion, 300 wood. I want to see more master smiths and advisors. Get those Ayyubids out. I want Ayyubids. So going for the population, or for growth, economic wing growth. It's a little strange. Don't really see that in the Dark Age, or don't really see that going into feudal too often, but it could be that he's going to be going this in so he could get the eco up and running a little bit sooner. That is a really upfront outpost right there. Wheelbarrow most likely will not finish though, especially once these 2 other spears get there. That's going to be a total of 4 spears throwing torches onto the windmill, or onto the mill itself. It might. For some reason I thought they would be doing more damage to this, but they really aren't. Thankfully for our Ayyubids player, he does have a decent amount of food under his TC, so it's going to be nice and safe. Not entirely sure why VanDerDorf decided to go for the food instead of the gold. How most Mongols decide to do it, but yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what he chooses. Deerstone as his landmark in order to age up into feudal. 2 spears over here on the gold, gonna be pushing villagers off. Very slow response from our Ayyubids. Force drop off, the weekend villager will be staying back home under the TC. Be nice and protected. Does get the pillage bonus, the pillage resources from the mill, and wheelbarrow does finish. So at least there's that. Goes inside just to be protected. Goes inside the outpost so he can protect his spears a little longer. He knows that there is an archery range out. He doesn't know how many archers are out or if any total. VanDerDorf sitting on 8 military, 7 spears, and his con. Meanwhile, our Ayyubids just has a single archer. The con is shooting them shots. Going from 1 damage to 3 damage. Gonna start actually hurting these villagers, that's for sure. Archer versus con. Con wins this 100% of the time, solely just based off of the health. He needs to build. Okay, the house is coming up for Ayyubids. That's 23 villagers on wood. He's gonna be going for a second TC for sure off of this. There's no way he's not. With that amount of villagers on wood. And he only has 1 villager on food. What the heck? That's a decent amount of villagers queued up. So yeah, he's definitely going for... Oh, the spears are coming forward. 2 archers here will be able to deflect it though. They do a decent amount of damage onto one of the 3 spears that were there. Force drop off from what it seems like. He doesn't have enough resources yet in order to get his second TC. He's already going to be posturing though. He's going to throw it down. Okay. Decent spot. Lots of deer there. He's still down 92 wood before he's able to get his TC up. And there it goes. It did look like he did a forced drop off there. He has no villagers on food. Where are all his villagers? Like... Where are your villagers going for food? He has villagers queued up. Yeah, actually, he doesn't have any villagers queued up anymore. Holy crap, this is a lot of wasted time. A lot of idle time. Culture Ring advancement did finish up, so he is going to be going for... Actually, Camel Lancers. Double Camel Lancers. He's going to try to get that map presence, map control. Go into Dervish and then start grabbing whatever relics he possibly can. Golden Age number 2 clicking over as well, or being activated. That was huge amount of wasted of idle time right there. That was absolutely massive. Now easily a full villager rotation. Bakmogoon sitting on 4 archers, 2 camel lancers. Okay, his mosque is almost done. The dervish will be going out. I would love to see the dervish go all the way to the southern side of the map. Does he know about every single one? Yes, he does. He knows where every single relic is. I would love to see him go towards the southern one first. Get the most contested ones first and foremost, and then from there move closer and closer, because as of right now there's nothing that VanDerDorf could do to defend against these relics. You have camel lancers out that are going to be protecting your dervish. Does this have... No, it doesn't have arrow slits. First dervish will be coming out fairly soon. Where are you going though? Are you going towards the center one? Yes. Okay, I guess technically that'd be the most contested since there's already an outpost there. Once he throws arrow slits into it, it's going to be extremely difficult to get that, but he could start burning it down right now is the whole thing. And then it also helps in the long run as well, so he doesn't get sandbagged later on. Nice villagers kill right there from the camel lancers, right on top of the main TC. Another villager does go down. The camel lancer is really low though. That camel lancer could potentially be going down. Ton of villagers going down over here on the wood line as well. VanDerDorf not paying attention. 5-6 villager kills so far. The archers could turn and just snipe off this spear that is chasing his camel lancers right now though, and they almost do. One shot away. Outpost 4 spears at the gold. Spear's gonna be going in. They do not get their attack off first. Relic is brace goes off, is able to stop those camel lancers from getting the charge, and now the focus fire from the spears onto the archers. Keshiks are here as well now. They do get a solid charge off on the archers. Camel lancers are going to try to do their best in order to defend their archers, but the archers need to do their best to defend the camel lancers. It's the circle of life in this situation. There's still a single spear remaining. Camel lancers need to get out of there. Golems are here now as well. They're going to be pretty tanky since it is castle age against feudal. Once the golem spam starts, it's pretty difficult to stop it. Crossbows are out as well. Bakmogoon looking really solid at the moment. Arrow slits, as I said, once the arrow slits get onto the outpost, it becomes a little bit not difficult, but it becomes annoying. Because if you aren't rallying your units properly, you could potentially lose some. Like this archer, for instance, like he's gonna go down for free. Just because he didn't kill that outpost earlier. Yeah, it could have been a cascading effect of what could and couldn't be happening right now. So if he decided to go there, he wouldn't have probably got as many villagers as he did on the wood line, which means we wouldn't be in this situation. You know, chaos theory. Gotta love it. But he also wouldn't be losing military unnecessarily or needlessly while he's trying to rally. He needs to get rid of this outpost. This one doesn't really matter too much. It's not really denying anything because he's moving over to the eastern side of the map anyways. He has the berries right here. He does have sheep, or not sheep, but he has deer. There is actually a sheep right there that he can eventually grab, transition into farms. He's in a solid position. Our Ayyubid player is in a really solid position. Losing a golem right here isn't good either. Camel lancers coming in. 47 villagers for bakmogoon. 17 military, 7 archers, 2 golems, 3 camel lancers, 3 spears, a single crossbow, 2 more crossbows coming in, and then his dervish. He's already secured 1 relic, grabbing his second. In all honesty, he needed to already have like 4 relics. There's no reason why he should only have 1 going on 2. There really isn't. Oh, well, that kind of makes sense. He lost it to the tower. There's the dervish coming back with a relic, getting the most contested one. And now we are going to be getting another attack over here at the berries of our Mongol player. It looks like this is going to be a very solid defense though. It does not look like our Ayyubid player is going to be able to take this. The camel lancers are getting picked apart by the spears and the keshiks. Crossbow numbers aren't there yet. They were pretty low. I believe there's only like 3 total right there, as well as I think it was 7 spears, so not enough to actually tank the front line, deal enough damage to the keshiks to pick them off, nor were there anywhere near enough crossbows in order to focus fire down the keshiks in order to pick them. But there were enough spears to deal with the camel lancers of our Ayyubid player. Where are you gonna go from here, Mr. Bakmogoon? Pretty sure I've been saying that wrong this entire time. I do not know exactly how to say it though. So So we're just gonna go with that. Call it good. VanDerDorf is putting himself in a slightly better position. He does have 2 TC, remember that. So his villager count will eventually start going, will start exceeding our Ayyubids. Villagers getting picked off at the northern berries. There is a dervish running over there. Not entirely sure what he's going to be hopping towards. Can't really help. And he will be getting picked off. Not very useful, Mr. Dervish. At this rate, might as well, yeah, exactly. Just get rid of that tower. He needs to get a full wall right here as well. Get it to cut across. More villagers going down on the eastern side that were at the stone. A total of 9 villager kills for our Ayyubids. Only 1 for VanDerDorf. Interesting. He does need to be a little bit more active. Start sending out those keshiks like he is. Start picking off more and more. There's only 1 dervish here. He has a 4th relic essentially secured. It's right next to his berries. The 5th one is very far out and going to be too difficult at this stage of the game in order for him to grab it and bring it back home. So he might as well just secure 4, call it a day. If he's able to get the 5th, perfect. If not, nobody's going to hold it against him. Nobody should anyways. Spear versus Keshik. Spear will win this. Looks like VanDerDorf is finally going to try to age up. I'm assuming this is going to be the Kurotai. I can't see him going into the Stepper Doubt right now. He's going to have to go into the Kurotai, give himself a little bit more military power and efficiency, effectiveness, all of those good words that help bolster his army, especially in the midst of a fight. Does lose 2 keshiks for free. Ayyubids needs to increase that crossbow count. He's only at 6. He needed to be at, like, at this point, because it's been about 2 minutes since their last fight, he needed to be at least 12 crossbows right now at minimum. Not entirely sure what's stopping him from going that high. 2nd TC coming down for him as well, so he's going to be able to catch up in that villager count. Not really catch up, but make sure that the gap doesn't get any bigger. His farm transition is not good. He currently only has 4 farms. He does let's see, he has the berries up here at the top, so he still has a decent amount of food, and he is idling a lot of villagers for VanDerDorf as well. How many villagers is that, like 20 something? Yeah, almost 30 villagers getting idled right there. So that's not good for our Mongol player. 20 villagers for bakmogoon are getting idled now as well. I think they just finished their berries. Yes, they did. They need to move over to the northern berries now. Really solid military force for our Ayyubids. He's currently sitting on 51 to 21 of our Mongol. Kurotai did finish up behind this. Veterancy sprinkled in place. No veterancies yet. Sprinkled emplacements are going to be finishing up. 2 of them to be exact, right next to the TC. He is going to have to go for a defensive play here in order to last a bit longer in this game. Kurotai's on the move. Kurotai's on the move. Yeah, this isn't looking good for VanDerDorf. It really isn't. See what he's going to be able to do. The first sprinkled emplacement. Okay, he is going to be able to defend that at least. But at what cost? Focus fire coming down from the archers and the crossbows. Little damage here and there. Not really focus firing down the keshiks though. He was focusing the spears more. He needed to get rid of that keshik count. 5 spears against 1 spear. 5 spears win. The relic is still here. Hasn't been able to drop a 2nd mosque quite yet. As I say that, the 2nd mosque is being dropped. This has been solid play from our Ayyubids player. He's been doing really good. He's been doing really good. I kind of like hiccup in the middle of that sentence and it came out weird. But he has been he's been playing pretty solid since the very beginning. I have actually enjoyed watching him. This is my first time casting him, and so far he's pretty good. I do like it. I think a lot of this does come down to where VanDerDorf put his tower though. He went for the berries instead of going for the gold, and that didn't have the effect that he thought it would, I'm assuming. As I said, in other games, it's easier to get food than it is to get gold. You want to try to deny the gold as much as possible. You could always build farms so you could have food. You can't build gold mines. Manjaniques, first one up, second one coming up. Walls on the western side for our Ayyubids. Almost finished. He's gonna do a full connection. Yeah, he wants to make sure that there's not gonna be any counterattacks. Double Manjaniques out. Are they gonna be incendiary or are they gonna be kinetic? Ooh, incendiary right here. That'd be perfect though. Yes, please. Give us the incendiary all over the pastures. Give us some fried sheep. I really don't think VanDerDorf's going to be staying in this game much longer. It's currently 52 villagers to 78, 4 military to 50. VanDerDorf is behind in every aspect of the game at this moment, and he actually has been for the last probably about 5 minutes. He's done a pretty solid job sustaining, but ultimately he just wasn't able to get the military count he needed to be able to hold off. And that was really, it didn't look like those Manjaniques did any damage. Villagers are going to be getting pulled, running up to the Manjaniques. They get the first one. They cannot get the second one. GG does get called. Game goes to our purple Ayyubids player, bakmogoon. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.